Hi, I'm Julie Hanks, LCSW with Ask the Therapist. I have a question from a 23-year-old female who has panic attacks when something mild happens. And she writes, I've only been this way for about 5 years now and I have no traumatic experience to trigger it. For example, this morning I lost my bus pass and had to drive to class. I couldn't find my parking spot, so I was going to be late. Once I realized I was late, I just snapped. At first I panicked and thought all these horrible things, even working it up in my head that I would fail the class if I was late, which is not true at all. Then I got angry and punched my steering wheel multiple times. Then I got sad and cried. This happens over the silliest things. If I get lost, I can't find my keys. If my neighbor's making too much noise, I completely lose it. I've never been violent or even expressed to anyone else that I'm feeling this. The stress has gotten so bad that my dermatologist says I've got stress-induced hair loss and my blood pressure will get so high I'll get a headache. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't want to feel like this. I'm so glad you wrote in. I don't want you to feel like this either. This sounds really intense and painful. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into your physician or to a licensed mental health professional and get an evaluation. It sounds to me like you have some kind of mental health issue going on, either anxiety, like you've identified. What you've described doesn't sound like a panic attack, but it does sound like an anxiety reaction. Also, depression can be, what you're describing can be associated with depression. In teens and young adults, often irritability is a common symptom of depression, and so that might be it as well. But go in, get an evaluation, and figure out what's going on. This does sound like your response doesn't match the situation. What I think is great is you're aware of that enough that you could write in instead of hurting yourself or hurting someone else, or doing something dangerous. So I'm really glad about that. But call, and if you're in school, which looks like you're in college, you can go to the counseling center at your school, and most schools do have those. They can also be a resource for you as well. But get help as soon as possible. You don't have to go on like this, okay? Thanks for writing in. I'm Julie Hanks, LCSW. Find out more about me and my practice at juliehanks.com.